Okay, guys. So, guys, today I'm answering the question from the Instagram user Lingxing1, and he's asking how to get the most out of training when you're training someone weaker, smaller, or older than you. Guys, this is such a great question, and I think I'm a great person to answer this question because I'm 230 pounds, and when I was doing jiu-jitsu competitively, I was very young. I was like in my 20s. And many times my training partners are lighter than me or older than me or lower belts than me. And I had to find a way to train with them and maximize my learning and my performance as well. So guys, I have a few things here that might help you a lot. And the first thing that I would say is don't focus just on your A game. Okay, so when you're training with someone who is smaller, weaker, or lower belt, or older, try to do more things. Don't just do your A game. So for example, I was the half guard and the over-under pass type of person, right? Everybody knew me because those two moves. But when I was training with people who were smaller, older, weaker, I would try to do the knee cut. I would try to do the body lock pass, I would try to do the toreando. So I would try to mix up as much as I can. So this is one thing that I think I still do a lot. When I go train at my gym, for example, my school, if I'm training with a guy who is blue belt, 160 pounds, I'm gonna do different things. I'm not just gonna do over, under, and half guard, Then my next thing would be like, guys, this is a great opportunity to study jiu-jitsu, learn something different, and try on that person. Okay, so nowadays there's a lot of sources to learn jiu-jitsu. BJJ Fanatics is one, right? And you can learn something and you can go to the gym next day and try that thing that you learned on that person. You're not gonna try the thing you learned against the best black belt on your gym. It's probably not gonna work. You just learned it yesterday. So this person who is smaller, who is weaker, who is older might be the best person for you to try that move and start building up. And then following up to that, I have here on my list, don't use your weight and your strength. So I do that a lot. I go train for a guy who is smaller or weaker or older than me, and I really try to not use the strength and use my weight. For example, especially when I'm training with girls. When I'm training with girls, I almost try to put no weight on them, I just try to move like toreando. I never try to concentrate my weight on the person, Then next thing I'm gonna say here is try to really emphasize the technique, okay? Many times things works in jiu-jitsu because we use timing, because we use our conditioning, our strength. So in this scenario here, really try to emphasize the technique. Imagine that you're training with someone and on your mind is like, I want to make sure that this move only works because I did the technique 100% perfect. Not because I used the right timing, not because I'm athletic and stronger than this person, not because I'm heavier than this person. So I want to make sure that this move works because I really used the technique. And you're going to start finding a lot of challenges. Because, for example, if this person you're training is smaller than you and faster than you, and you're just trying to use the technique without strength, it's going to be very hard. And this is only going to work if you really have the technique really well done and if you really know what you're doing with the technique. So that's another thing. I have here as well, starting bad positions. So when you're training with these guys who are weaker and older or smaller than you, this is a great opportunity to start the roll, let him take her back. Try to escape from the back. You start the roll, let him pass your guard. Now work on side control escapes. Don't do that with the best black belt on your gym. It's gonna be hard. Don't let him take her back and try to escape. You might get choked on the way. So this is a great opportunity to work on the bad spots, work on the bad positions. And then the last thing I would say is try to either tell them or show them what you want to do. And now they know what you're trying to achieve and see if you can achieve it anyways. So good experience sharing here. There was a time that I was training really hard to win the tournaments, to win the World Championship and this and that. And I was teaching a lot of seminars. So at the end of the seminars, I would roll with the students, I would train with the students. And I would not tell them, but they would realize, I was just trying to omoplata everybody. in my mind, I was like, okay, in the rolling session of this seminar, I just want to work on my omoplata. And I would try to omoplata every single person I was training with. And many times was the entire gym. I have done seminars that there were 40 students and I rowed 40 students and I tried to omoplata the 40 students. There's even a YouTube video about that. And that was forcing me to have a very good omoplata because they knew what I was doing and this and that. So for example, I couldn't do that at Marcelo's school. I couldn't tell myself like, okay, I'm gonna roll with Marcelo and just try to omoplata. I could barely do anything on how I would do just omoplata. But I could do that against guys who are smaller, lower belts, weaker, or older than me. So this is a great opportunity for that, you know, like to kind of tell the people you're training with, hey, I'm only gonna try to sweep with scissor sweep. Try to stop. And then you go and you just try the scissor sweep. And this is going to refine a lot of your technique, you know. And again, I couldn't go to Alliance Sao Paulo or Marcelo's gym and tell like, hey, Mateus, Marcelo, Leo Nogueira, and we're going to try to do this. That wouldn't work, you know, like, so I think like this, Jiu-Jitsu, I think it's an amazing sport because it's the highest level person can really take advantage of training with everybody. Like if you're training for a person that's the same level as you, you're probably gonna work on your timing, on your conditioning, and on your details. If you're training for a person who's much worse than you or much lighter or older, you can really focus on your technique and really refine the technique, you know, like. So guys, this is my advice and hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm gonna keep trying to make more videos like this. And if you are a beginner in Jiu-Jitsu, I have an amazing instructional video for beginners that's called the Foundations of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's at bjjfanatics.com. Make sure to check it out. And I would love to hear your opinion here in the comments. What do you think is the biggest benefit of training with people who are smaller, weaker, older, or much lower belt than you? Let me know like what you think. Maybe you have a different idea that I'm not thinking that I'm gonna start applying on my training. Thank you guys.